everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. For today's Thursday video, we are going to review Vivrelle, which, if you aren't familiar, Vivrelle is a subscription luxury designer bag slash jewelry rental service. It's pretty similar to Rent the Runway, but instead of renting clothes, you are renting designer bags. I've actually been using Vivrelle for about a month and a half now, so I've gotten a full round of use out of it, and I have some thoughts I wanted to share with you, my pros and cons. If you're not already using this service or you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, this might be interesting to you if you are at all interested in designer bags, because this is actually a really affordable, easy way to kind of dip your toe into the designer bag space. It's actually a really smart concept. It allows you to rent designer bags without having to buy one. So rather than spending your money on one whole bag and it's just one bag and you use it for whenever you use that bag, you can actually get more use out of more designer bags by just renting them and then returning them and then renting something else. And when I say designer bags, I mean these are luxury designers, like top-notch designers. You can rent Chanel bags, Dior, YSL, Celine, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, the list goes on. Quick disclaimer, this is of course not sponsored. They're not, they didn't connect with me on anything. I do have a promo code, but I think everyone that uses it has a promo code. It's just my name. So you can use that, but there's no ties that I have. So I'm going to talk about the pros, the things that are great about it, and then also I am going to talk about the cons, so make sure you stick around to the end for that as well. And also, really quickly, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. So with no further ado, let's jump into the pros. The first pro is obviously access to top luxury designer bags. For many people, this access is restricted. It's limited. It's not all of us can fork out $4,000 and above for these luxury designer bags. So the first pro is just that it's more accessible to more people. The subscription that I do is about $200 a month, which gives you access to the top designers like Chanel and Dior, etc. They do have a tier down from that for more contemporary designers as well. There are two options, but the most premium tier is about $200 a month, or $265. I'll put it up on the screen exactly what it is, but it's not too bad when you consider that in comparison to the price of an actual designer bag. And that kind of rolls into the next pro, which was the price point. The price point of actually just renting the bag versus owning the bag is a big difference. You get access to Chanel, Dior, Gucci, YSL, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, everything, Celine. They have Balenciaga, they have everything. Whatever your style is, they have every bag in every single type of color. Not every bag that exists, but there is a pretty wide range of selection depending on what your styles are. And that being said, there's also jewelry as well. So if you have your eye on something special, you can also, you know, rent it for maybe an event or just whatever you have going on. The next pro is that you don't have to live in New York to access it. So they ship all around the country, which is great. So you could be living in Oregon or Texas or Kansas, and they will ship the bags to you and ship it back. It's part of your subscription is the shipping back and forth, so you don't have to worry about that, which is great. It's all kind of baked into the price, and it's pretty easy and fast. They do have a showroom in New York City, so if you do live in the area or the surrounding areas and you do want to go into the showroom to pick out your bag, you can do that. They're very nice and they'll help you find a bag if you aren't seeing what you're looking for, and they just let you roam around the showroom like as if you're shopping. You kind of are, and you can just pick out whatever you like, try it on in the mirror. It's a pretty nice showroom, but the pro is that just because the showroom is in New York, you don't have to live in New York. You can live anywhere in the country. That being said, for my international girlies, unfortunately they don't ship internationally right now, but I checked their website and it says that they hope to in the future, so maybe eventually, but yeah, for right now, they're only shipping within the country. The next pro of using it is that they're always getting new inventory in, so new styles. You can also suggest things that they should add to their shopping list. Every single week on the app, you'll see at the top they have like a little carousel of all the new bags they're getting in, so you can constantly get inspired by the new styles. You can keep a wish list, so I have a wish list of all of the bags that I like the most, but you can continue adding to that wish list based on what you see from all their new arrivals as well. And then the next pro is that you can be assured that it's authentic. They have people who authenticate who work internally at Vivrelle, and then they also use third parties as well to authenticate, so you know for sure that it is legitimate bags. They have plenty of big influencers, bloggers that you know of who also can vouch for them, that the bags are authentic. I trust them too. I really doubt that they have any bags that wouldn't be. I don't know, I just trust them. And yeah, so that's cool too. You know that when you're getting a Chanel and you're holding it in your hands, that it's like, this is a legit Chanel bag, and it's a really exciting feeling. And then the last pro that I wanted to highlight is their customer service. Anytime that I've had a question or a problem, they respond very quickly, and it's a real person that responds to you, because there's some customer service out there, as you guys know, that you send them a question and then they just email you back an automatic response, and most of the time it's not even helpful. This is a real person who like sends you an email and they're like, if you need anything else, let me know. I was in the showroom once and asked them, like, you know, if I don't want to keep this bag for this amount of time, can I return it? They're like, yeah, if you feel like I received this bag and it's not the vibe, just email them and they'll work it out. It seems to be kind of a smaller community right now, so maybe they have the bandwidth to do that, but I found that the customer service is really fast and super helpful and really accommodating. Okay, now moving on to the cons. So the first con that I have is that there's a long wait list to get in. So they do make it kind of exclusive. I don't know if it's just because the company is still in its infancy, there's more demand than they're able to give. So maybe they're just trying to make sure that they can still continue their high level of service, but they couldn't do that if they have too many people using it. So I can understand from that point of view, but the con is that you do have to apply. So the application process is you kind of fill out a form, they take a look at your social media, you put your social media handles in, and they kind of like review you before you're like accepted into it. So it does feel a little bit exclusive in that way. I have seen, the way that I got in was because I was following one of my favorite bloggers, influencers, Danny Austin, and she had said that she had a code, which is what got you up to the top of their list. So I don't know if everyone who had the code got accepted that day that she posted that, or how it works exactly, but I think that that's kind of a con, is that you can't just sign up and you're automatically guaranteed the service. You do have to apply. So maybe that'll change in the future, but at least that's how it is right now. So yeah. The next con is that, at least right now, you have to keep the bag for a whole month. One of the things that I really liked about the Rent the Runway Unlimited service when I used that is that you could keep it for as short of a time you wanted and return it. So oftentimes I would rent items, keep them for 4 or 5 days, wear them, and then return them back. But with the Vivrelle, you have to keep the bag for an entire 30 days before you can return it. And you really only have one style. Actually, there is one more premium tier above mine, which is that you can get 2 couture items for the month, but that's like a whole nother level of expense. But anyways, so yeah, you only have this one style, or maybe 2 styles for the whole month. And when you think about how many different scenarios you're in, you're not going to be using the same bag for every type of activity you're doing, so it's not like you're using it all the time. Ideally, it would be great if you could return it a bit quicker than that. The next con, which is the biggest con for me right now, is the inventory. While they are getting in new bags every week, I do still feel like the inventory is on the lower side. I have a wish list of must be 30 to 50 items, and there's only one of them available right now, and it's like a tiny little circle Chanel bag, and so it's not really practical. Your phone doesn't even fit in it. And so, like, I think when I first signed up, I had the expectation that I was going to be able to rent a Chanel Classic flap in a different color every month. But no, the Chanel Classic flap has not been available the entire time that I have been subscribed. So that's not really realistic. And if you have a very specific style like mine, where you like wearing certain colors and certain styles, it's hard to find a bag that you actually like that's going to be available. The way that they do it is they'll send you an email when a bag on your wish list becomes available. But if you're like me, you don't have your email notifications turned on. I tried to check in the app to see if the app could ping you a notification when a bag from your wish list came available, and there is no such feature right now. So you have to either be checking your email all day or just be super quick, because there have been bags that I really wanted that I didn't see until a half an hour later and they're already gone. I wish that there was more inventory, and that's actually has made it for me right now that I'm not so sure if I'm going to continue, because it is $200 something a month. For the last couple weeks I have been paying but not even having a bag because nothing on my wish list has become available. Yeah, I really think that they need to grow their inventory a lot. They have like 1 or 2 Chanel Classic flaps in a neutral color, but they should have like 20, I mean, for the demand for those bags, you know, or even more than that. I don't know how many people they have subscribing right now, but for the bags that are super classic styles, they should really expand on those. And then the last con that I have is the app glitches. Every time that I do sign on to the app and I check my wish list, every single day, multiple times a day, it will say you have no items in your wish list, and it's because I have to sign in again. So I wish that the app knew that once I'm signed in, I would like to stay signed in. I don't want to sign in every time that I pull up the app. It's just a lot quicker and faster, especially when you have to be quick to snatch these bags before somebody else does and get the things that pop up on your wish list if the app is glitching and you have to sign in every single time. So yeah, and there's been some other glitches on the app, so that's unfortunate. But again, I feel like I just keep tying this back to the fact that the company seems to be pretty young. Yeah, you know how those things go. They need to get funding and whatever else is my assumption. I don't actually know. I'm just making assumptions here. But yeah, some app glitches. However, regardless, it's still exciting, the fact that you get to rent one of these designer bags. So it's not the end of the world. It's just a minor inconvenience. I'm just like thinking about what bags I should get to go with my outfits that I'm planning for the fall. But anyways, that is it. That is my list of pros and cons about Vivrelle. Let me know, what do you guys think about this? Do you think it's a cool service? I think it's cool. Do you think it's worth it? Do you think that you're gonna sign up? If you do, I have a code. It's just my name, same as you see it in the name of my channel. It's just TAYLORMORELLO. So go ahead and use that if you do sign up. I will keep you guys posted on my vlogs, etc. if I do continue using it, what bags I'm getting, how I like it. Also update on my Instagram as well, so don't forget to go check that out over on the Fashion Squirrel. And once again, always don't forget to subscribe to my channel, of course, if you haven't already. And hopefully I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye.